Hey guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker and this is Living in Austin. Today we are going to be talking about Circle C in Southwest Austin. So we're going to give you the whole lowdown about what it is like, all the pros and cons of living in Circle C. So let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm Zoe Wafelbakker with Agape Property Group here in Austin, Texas. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. Because if you are here, you might be a little bit curious about what it's like to live and work in Austin. And this is what this channel is all about. Every week we're uploading videos about what it's like to live, work, eat, play, all the things so that you know before you move. Now, as much as we love making these videos, we love even more helping people find a home and community in Austin. So reach out to us below. You've got our email, phone, text. You can reach us any one of these ways, and we would love to have a chat to you about what your plans are for moving to Austin. Okay, so Circle C. I'm going to touch on some of the reasons why you might like Circle C, why it might be for you. Number one, location, super close to Mopac, heading into downtown is only going to take you about 20-25 minutes. 2, awesome amenities. 3, great schools. 4, the outdoors. There's a load of outdoor things to do. The reasons why you might not like those things, why you might not like Circle C, is you might not be in a time of your life where schools are important to you, or hike and bike trails and, you know, amenities. So that's what I'd say on that. Now let's dig deeper into each one of those kind of pros. Location. Circle C is actually a master plan community of over 5,000 houses, and it sits just west of Mopac and east. It does go over a little bit over east of Mopac, right down the bottom of it, and it sits north of 45 and just south of 45 as well. You'll see the bit of description on the map right at the moment. And so yeah, it only takes 20-25 minutes, depending on traffic, to get into downtown. So that's a big old plus there. Now let's get into these amenities. Now there are 4 swimming pools in Circle C, one of which is an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's if they put the lanes around the right way. They've also got the Grey Rock golf course. There's a tennis club. There's also the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center that's actually located there as well as the Velaway. And the Velaway is a 3.1 mile cycle loop, and it's closed to pedestrians, actual walking pedestrians, but anything, if you've got a roller skates or roller blades or actual cycle, then you're allowed on it, and that's a huge amount of fun. And then you have the Circle C Metropolitan Park, and that place is awesome. So you've got over 6 miles of hike and bike trails. You've got volleyball courts, basketball courts. You've got an awesome playscape there as well. Now here is a real locals tip there. That place gets busy. So if you're ever looking at hosting like a birthday party or something there, organize it super early, because parking can get quite difficult. We went to a birthday party there about maybe 6 weeks ago, and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like, seriously, Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning? But as we were leaving at about 10:30, like there was a huge line to get into the park. Something else really beautiful about the Metropolitan Park is it's a really great spot to have photos taken. So Austin doesn't get those classical Northern American fall, those beautiful golden leaves all changing colors and stuff. We don't really get that. But it is lovely to go to the park and to get like your fall photos. That is a really pretty spot. You'll find a lot of people and a lot of photographers use that as a setting. So a good spot to go. Now, there are some of the amenities. What you've also, another big bonus to Circle C is those schools. So they're elementary schools. We've got 4 elementary schools in Circle C. You have Mills, which kind of covers the north part of Circle C, and then goes into a different area, but it does still cover a small part of Circle C there. Then you've got Kaika, Clayton, and Bear Creek. And Bear Creek is the new one down in Ivania. Great Schools hasn't got it rated yet because it is so new. It's been open only just over a year. But Kaika is an 8 out of 10. Clayton and Mills are a 9 out of 10. The middle school is Goziki, and that's an 8 out of 10 on Great Schools. And the highest school that Circle C is zoned to is Bowie, and that's an 8 out of 10. So that's a plus on the whole school front there. Kaika previously, if you'd ever heard, did have a bit of it was overpopulated, but that has been alleviated now that Bear Creek is in operation in Ivania. So I've already mentioned the Metropolitan Park, and with all the great, outdoor areas there. There's also something else to note for cyclists or runners and what have you. There's the 45 Southwest shared pathway, so mixed use shared pathway, and that runs along 45. It's a 7.2 mile out and back paved road, pavement, and so you're going to see a lot of cyclists on there, runners. Heads up, it's not well shaded. So going in the heat of the day in the middle of summer is going to be a bit rough. Take your water. We're going to move on to the houses. Okay, so what does it cost to live in Circle C? Now, you've got the original part, like I mentioned before, and then you've got the newer part, like Ivania, further south. So let's get some real stats for you. We have right here, now current listings. I'm going to look at my sheet of paper here, guys. Current listings, and this is being filmed in December 2021. There's 6 active listings, and the average price point for those is $819,650. Square footage wise, to give you an idea, you've got the minimum in that lot is from 2,116 square feet. And the biggest is 3421. Okay, so and then of the closed figures, we have 14 closed in the last 30 days, and that they have an average price point of $793,314, and square footage minimum is 1729 square feet, and the max out of that lot was 3646. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what you're going to pay for an average for a home, the average price point for a home in Circle C original area there. Now, if you want a newer home, I've done a separate one for Ivania, and there we're looking at, and these homes are built around, anything kind of from the 2014, 2015 upwards, and the current listing is priced at just over $1 million at $1,050,000, and that's for a 3292 square foot home. And there's been 3 that have closed in the last 30 days, and the average price point for that is just over $1 million at $1,005,000. And the average square footage there Average square footage of that is 2916. But the minimum 1865 and the maximum square footage 3916, just for the last 30 days. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what you're going to pay to live in Circle C, if that's going to be your area, and you know why you might want to choose it. So then we've got like the shopping. So what have you got close by? You've got an awesome HEV. It's all about the HEV. Really good HEV, and you've got some smaller local shops as well. But there's also just, you know, depends on where you live in Circle C, but around about 5 miles away, head north on Mopac, you've got Whole Foods and a Costco as well. And restaurant wise, I wouldn't say there's an abundance of restaurants in Circle C. There's a good, you know, there's a good handful of nice restaurants. I mean, you've got your, you know, your more easygoing Torchy Tacos, but then you've got like the Kitchen Bar, which is a nicer style. You've got Waterloo, and you've got, they're more centralized around, just around Slaughter Lane there. So there are a few restaurants there, but if you want more variety, then you're probably going to head north for that. Or even you could go down to Dripping Springs and check out some down there. Or that's another thing, is that you are, because of 45, you can kind of easily access Dripping Springs and go down to any one of those breweries, which is always fun to do, especially in the weekend. So that's really that's Circle C in a nutshell. If you want to know more about Circle C, or you want us to drive specific streets or check things out a little bit more for you, then make sure that you contact us. You've got our email, text, and phone numbers below, so make sure you reach out. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. Okay, hear from you soon. Bye.